announcement. His Investigations collection is out now. Join Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth in pursuit of truth in 2 beautifully remastered games, complete with redesigned chibi character sprites and an array of special content features, and the Western debut of Investigations 2. And they gave me like fucking heavy death metal with Miles Edgeworth saying, "Objection!" Please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed my seat. I was checking the time over and over again. I happened to fall out with my eyes when he passed me. I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. I swear there was no one else inside. No one! Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What dare you to have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? Maybe. Matthew sent the video.
Rock. It's really a rock. Why is there so many rocks in this game?
Rock? No, not at all. Please forget I said anything.
Hold it!
So, are you still upset now? I am always upset. The only time I am not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me.
Hold it!
Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time and money. You understand the point. The flight was mentioned in this magazine. Okay, so the film should be happening around 7. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Mayhem, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I looked forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket, whenever possible, so I would not miss it. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong, it matched the schedule. But it was so late. Very, very late. Your pocket watch. I'd like to ask you a little more about that. It's alright.
Hold it!
So, this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine? Yes. I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Mayhem, and Murder. Mr. Nero, was this movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident? Nonsense, you doubt me? Yeah, why have you got such stubby fingers? Why are his fingers so tiny? He's got tiny fucking sausage fingers. No, now stop pointing at me like that. I feel like that's how every character reacts to Phoenix Wright's existence. Hold on, I need to search up Man vs. Beetle to break the bad news. Dun, dun, dun. I checked my pocket watch a great number of times, that much I know for sure.
Hold it!
You're sure about what you just testified, Miss O'Blank? Yes, of course, I'm a very busy man. I'm immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch. I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made. Flatter me all you want, you will not get a cent out of me. But that's alright, all I require is this piece of testimony.
Objection!
Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents. I would like you to take a look at this. If you believe the Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Mr. Nero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now? Well, I made a short stop at a transfer point. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at that time. So right now we're still running on Borgianian time. What? The time difference between Borgiania and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch should be out of sync with the schedule. Give me a second, I need to screenshot the sync part. What? Further, with your new analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1 million cents on that. How much money is 1 million cents? $100,000. $10,000.
According to homework.
Yes. I just needed an odd number. In light of this information, it means that you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior to 3 a.m. My 1 million cents! All the remaining accusations. So this basically widens the time frame for the death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing? I got something to say. And you are... I'm Chamomile. I'm a flight attendant. Chamomile. Chamomile tea. Natural remedy for a wide range of health issues. Nutrient content may help manage diabetes, menstrual pains, and sleep problems. I need to start drinking chamomile tea. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it that you wish to say? I think your story is a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? I saw Mr. Hicks saying I was seated at 5 a.m., you know. What? How can you be so sure of the time? Oh, that's right, you pushed his car button while we were parked at the transfer point. Yeah, the stop when we made the refueling and cargo transfer in Zhangfa, correct? This night we'll be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo on the Republic of Zhangfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your cooperation. You're welcome. Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did anyone new ones board this flight? No, not a single person got off or on in Zhangfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cam and myself, came back on the plane. Yeah, the answer is call. I can tell you Mr. Acme Hex was there in the seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. Alright then, that puts the time of murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now what time did they go down to the lounge at that address? It doesn't matter, I was lying on the floor next to fucking grape juice and looking like I was Walter White, you stupid bitch. I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhangfa. You have the whole time from 5. Yes? Should have been. You look like a rip-off fucking... What's his name? Ramsbottom from Despicable Me, is it? I mean, he's got the extra chins for it. Then you were the only one who could have been the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in this lounge the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. Then how do I explain the footprints? Is that not obvious? The man waited for Mr. Hicks to kill... No, here in this lounge, waited to kill him. And then he put his corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken. But what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the 2nd floor does not matter. Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? Well, do you have another idea? I simply feel there's something out of place in the scenario you presented.
Take that!
These footprints, in which direction do you think these are headed?
That would be the in-flight shop.
Correct. They are headed in the direction of the shop.
But they look disconnected. They end all of a sudden.
You are right to point out they do not form one continuous trail to the shop. However, there's another piece of evidence that connects the shop to our crime scene.
Take that!
The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did it find its way here? Did you find that a tiny bit suspicious? I thought that piggy banks were meant to be fragile, so when you like fucking busted them open it would be rather easy. So how the hell do you kill someone with a piggy bank? A fucking piggy bank! What? I mean, sure, if someone's strong enough, just pelt it off the back of your head, you might fucking end up brain damage, but I don't think that will be enough to kill them unless the fucking rock lobbed it off your head. Oh, there goes my phone on the fucking floor. How then did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Such a trivial point. It only means you prepared it taken from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you are innocent at all. If I may?
What is it?
You see, oh, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says.
Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that this piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit the patch of turbulence?
That's right.
You were in the shop just before the turbulence?
Yes, I was.
Come to think of it. So, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's a flight attendant's room.
You were on the first floor?
Yes.
I had to do something at the shop. No, wrong guy.
I had to do something at the shop in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first, then the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go to the shop in the first place? Why is this guy such a fucking prick for? Just butt out of everything, mate, you stupid knobhead.
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well.
Shall we head over there then?
Well, what is it now? Are you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop?
No, I haven't forgotten. But I've already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright.
Ah, that's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. Yeah, she definitely killed him. My voice is so fucking grainy on the morning, I hate it. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Nero? It means he's lying. Go on and admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are.
pull the sheep over us. No, it's pull the wool over your eyes, you silly bastard. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull a sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Mr. Nero, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you follow me, I will be your guide from now on.
There's a sale! So this is the inside shop. It's quite a mess in here. You think? Guess I'll have to clean things up then. Hee hee. Hold on, you can't clean up a potential crime scene. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. Inside this display case, there's a roll of lifesavers and life vests for sale. Why are they for sale? We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. Some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? Yeah, I too would sue them for selling potentially life-saving equipment. Excuse me? You didn't pay for that life vest. I don't have any money on me. Well, guess you're gonna have to die in the wreck. Sorry, dude. I don't know much about this shop, but you can still ask me about whatever. Okay, so you're useless then. Beautiful flowers and beautiful arrangement. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, do excuse me. No, fuck off! I don't want to talk to you, you stupid bitch! Stop flopping your fucking gums. All kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case, and they're lined up in just such a manner to scream "Buy me" to any passengers. Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. So now this video haphazardly. How about this, Richard? You know you want one too? They're great for when you're stressed. I don't do such an abuse when she says that. Well, the glass from this display case though is shattered all over the floor. Just like it's the mini captain's hat. There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything. But I've had my eye on that penny for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk. What are these? Those are a company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on the site, but in the real world, you try, then buy. Also, the 50% off. No, wait, but either way, it doesn't really matter. True, if we would let them buy certificates after we folded the thing. He's a girl, the Captain Ugo heads painted on the cute comedy mascot, isn't he? Depending with a lot of kids, doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined tastes. You look like you really wanted to get one, and I thought I was gonna finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? I never showed any interest in it to begin with. Fifi, it really is pretty horrible, isn't it? I don't know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda. Miss Tenero designed this? Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar? Maybe. I have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. So, bleh. Could you not wear a larger size shirt so it's not popping out because you don't wear a fucking bra, you stupid bastard? Ah. You okay? I'm fine, please watch yourself, Miss Meal. I'll put it back. We should probably try some logic. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Really? Don't tell me you don't know a thing. Just go where in the shop. Oh, I figured it out now. I thought it was just really poorly translated. Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place, so come on, how should I know anything? Book? That's Sherry the Killer right there. Oh.
Eureka!
There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get the Captain Ugo bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Ah, I see. I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, no there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. Pigman must have fallen over from the turbines and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time too. Ah, that's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Ugo Bank from here after the turbulence. Take your power naps in your own time, Miss Meal, and listen when I'm talking. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as a murder weapon. So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's a fake? Yeah, so this one there's a very real possibility. But what if when the killer went to take out Captain Ugo, they broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, there's one person who could have. Who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. She seems not to like Miss Rhoda. I mean, she's the one in charge of the place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda to Nero, huh? I don't think she's the murderer. She's not the murderer. If she is, then I'm gonna eat a bar of soap. Yes, there's definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, sure, they totally ooze strange, like the color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Ah, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? I guess they take after their creator. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. Teehee, I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? What's this? I swear there's something that's not quite right.
Take that!
There's something very peculiar about these wheels, huh? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think the turbulence would have sent it flying. And so it's very likely the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Apparently Zango has a certain je ne sais quoi. What was it? Fuck you, Edgeworth! One of my favourite character in the franchise to my least favourite character, just because you make me bust out Google Translate like Chef Armstrong from Recipe from Turnabout, you stupid bastard! Sorry, I don't like that. I don't know what. Yes, perhaps that's the best way to put it. It appears to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. A piece of cloth and a suit with blood. Ah, it's blood. It appears that the suitcase is very strongly tied to a murder after all. So this explains to me, what does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner, such as to move something perhaps. But aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item won't be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used the suitcase to transport is...
Take that!
Body? Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood? Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? Its beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. But, in light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved in the elevator from someplace else. Which means the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing, just that I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments, however, I'm not allowed to complete my investigation. The crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. No, don't do it. Is that salmonella? Oh, I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Franziska? I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I'm needed, and wherever there are criminals to be caught. Are you heating up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue, but I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Kahr would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Your fucking dad was the head of the house and he went and killed my dad, you stupid bitch. It has been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. It's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. to be perfect in every way. The fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir?
Too slow.
Ow!
Listen up, I'm leaving one charge of washing this man. Don't mess up, understand?
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me.
Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth. Sir? Boy, am I glad to see you're okay.
Thank you, detective.
I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this.
Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. You, Salmona, bitch! This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes. So real.
Wow, I'd love to take a run down that runway.
Who are these for today? So much potential, yet so... Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Well-flagged lunchboxes, it's you! Yes. How do you see that? Found it, lol. I feel a wave of creative power coming on. It's over 9,000 lows. For my next it's gonna be the Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, versus the World Samurai Champion of the Earth. So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I did it, I made it to full flight, I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. Must have been pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself. Oh no, Gums, you just said that like... Huh? Its own branch shops. Which should I go with?
I recommend our airport special word flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made to look like different countries' flags.
I wonder if they're aiming to take the lunchline to the international market. So, how is the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking a seat now, sir.
Sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case.
I think she was a little too quick, sir.
Oh? How so?
I was trying to say as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow when I got here, Miss Honeycomb was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. And she'd come in advance to await your flight's arrival.
Sorry. That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue.
There's one comment that kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it even with me, sir.
Why doesn't Miles just get a whip? Or a baseball bat. So he can just clobber people whenever they don't talk to him. Well, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Ooh, I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try.
If you want one that badly, Detective, why didn't you go ahead and buy one?
Is that okay, sir? Thanks. Alright, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss, I'll take a Star Spangled Banner lunchbox, please.
So I'd just like to walk through Detective Gumshoe. He's in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair.
I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir.
How could you just take that from the plane?
It's okay, Mr. Fletcher. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least.
So you must be the captain.
Why, yes, I am. And who might you be?
I'm the prodigy prosecutor, Francisca von Karma. I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman? I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have my eyes for you, my dear Cammy. Surely you don't ask the captain some questions, sir.
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip.
Ah! Sorry, I'm so sorry. How long do you intend to hold me? It's impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you!
Mr. LeBlanc.
Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't even have 1 second of wasteful time to spend. Oh man, there's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. She's looking over here. Quick, sir, wave her with me, please.
I refuse to be your wingman on this.
Miss Richards, you have to see this chair. It says, in honor of Rocker Pals Day.
I know what exactly is the big deal with these Rocker Pals.
They're a seriously sweet superstar rock band, sir. Makes me want to listen to one of their songs right now.
Sorry, I got lost in that chorus of just now.
Do you want me to explain it to you again?
You know, Detective, I think I'll have to take a rain check on that, regrettably.
Hey, this statue.
What about it, Detective? Did you notice something?
Saw this guy in a dream last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir.
You saw him in your dreams?
Well, yeah, I saw him and I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am in our partnership.
Why is my room so fucking cold? Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir.
I do not concern if you're done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back! If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay! Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he got a bunch of artwork down the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small.
From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts. Folk costumes, speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat. How looks like that other piece of cloth. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, that's a
Borginian cloth. As I suspected. Your hat is made of the same material, I suppose? Yes, of course, this fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more. And this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
No, my cargo this time is many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal.
The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. And it is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too. That attendant? What did you mean by that attendant, Miss LeBlanc? She was taken to the attendant's room for her interview, and they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier and quicker than her. Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine this plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Mr. Nero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Pretty eyes. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim has been calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Franziska? Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. I'm simply trying to watch out for you, or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough.
Hold it!
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey, you say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. Oh!
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
Hey there, pal.
Hold it!
So, tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more? Are you saying there's more I need to know?
Why'd you with me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy, my hand must have slipped. What do you mean by see? Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 AM. And then from the time after that, call until the body was found. The only person in the lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal. We'll see about that. The conclusion of this investigation. However, says Van Sings that even you must admit at this time. Oh. Then why don't you show me how it does? Just like that. Go on.
What is this part, right? This conflicts with something, right, sir?
You had no idea what you're talking about, do you? Detective Gumshoe, don't speak up when you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so I was just trying to follow your lead, sir.
That you would allow a subordinate to take over? You're a disgrace.
No.
Some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon?
Oh, fuck you, Franziska!
Hold it!
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. Miss Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow!
Quiet, Scruffy! Even if he were related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal. Franziska, I demand to see some proof you're not the guilty party. No, that was easier than I thought. I was way overcomplicating it. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. Ah. I fucking love this game's soundtrack already. The killer used the suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Now who is the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All I did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you to come to that conclusion. I would assume I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Yvonne Karma is perfect in every way. How did you know the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point? As if they have proof of that. Is this spilled grape juice in front of the elevator? Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here.
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks like suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you come to your senses. Not so fast, this doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. Just far too insinuating. That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. Ah shit, I forgot a visor. Everyone, you prepared yourself and acquired your piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence.
Hold it!
And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case is locked, you simply had to hit the glass, like this.
Ah! You shatter my heart of glass.
That takes care of how you obtain the murder weapon.
Objection!
The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Well, your evidence is fine, your logic's shit though. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Captain Ugo piggy bank is such a fake, it is not the real murder weapon. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. It was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder, when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did three things after that turbulence. After exiting the elevator, The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks. You there! I can't get comfortable in this fucking cover.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any traces of blood. I see. Well, Velma, just your stall tactics are at an end.
It's possible it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence, which means the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene. That's one more possibility. And that would be that the piggy bank is in fact a real murder weapon. Didn't we just... Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door, and it was at that time the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Means the killer had the key to the display case. Franziska, the person you're talking about, not so fast, I'm not finished, the person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying.
Lying isn't a sin, as far as I'm aware. I'm not religious, I'm not into the sin stuff.
The only sins I talk about are sins that you make in games. Like killing the dogs in Minecraft. You don't do that, that's just me. Speaking of which, I recalled you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well, permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do you understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you're welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Mr. Nair's in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Mr. Nero. Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did.
thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Mr. No, is it? There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in that in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, all I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. Your signature's for work, so yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go in there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. If you could please take a look at this one, Mr. Arrow. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? You figure something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase? Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know this is sort of a position I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. I was glad to see that it was the last one there. Just saying, Mr. Nair, that the suitcase in question was the last one. Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. The one in the shop is definitely the last one. But we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we stole all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. And say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it'll go great with your complexion, Mr. Richard. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... how should I put this? It's hideous. What? Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's a number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the invite shop when I investigated it. 2, but that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story generates quite a contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there's only 1 suitcase left. By the way, Miss Tenero, what is one of those suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there's only 1 left. That one isn't. It's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. Sir, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time.
Take that!
Tell me, sir, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? The saleswoman made her cry bitter tears. The truth has become increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you were trying to hide. Madam, the suitcase was originally in... Seeing how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was on the first floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was...
Franziska von Karma, you bitch!
Hide.
Take that!
So I don't understand the language logic at all. Can't you explain why you chose the singular person? If that's how you're going to play it, so I'll admit I was wrong. Instead of basking in your creativeness, perhaps you should spend more time thinking. I'd shop, and the person who bought the suitcase was...
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Mr. Nero? I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? Poorly designed, you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why I wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? And the reason she went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplish something. But the suitcases didn't sell. Just because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. We're selling a single one, they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, so I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see, so in order to keep a resolution, you went and bought one today's value. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase.
Seriously, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. I'm planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Listener, where are the other suitcases? They should all be down the cargo hold. So the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. How could they? Those suitcases are meant to be faithful partners for passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wish for them to be. Mr. Is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. I want more security. That door is no special lock and solve because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers, leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Yes, Francisca? Going on ceasefire Goose Chase is a disgrace to live on common name. Fuck you, bitch. The only reason I was adopted was because your dad wanted to see what happened to me once you fucking shot my fucking dad. Shoot it, bitch. How's your dad doing, by the way? Dead in prison, you bitch. Yeah, I looked it up on the wiki. He somehow died in prison. Maybe people were just very angry that he'd gotten them guilty sentences even if they weren't guilty. And so they decided to become guilty by killing him. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used that keycard. Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. The other attendant, Miss Meal, I asked her earlier and she had this to say. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Mr. De Niro, and only you. What? Is that true, Mr. Niro? Yes, I keep that keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card, right now? Yes, hold on. I don't believe it. What's wrong? The keycard, it's gone. Very clever. Pretending your card is stolen when, in fact, you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth. What's wrong? This is disbelief written all over your face. Francisca, I know you are the lead investigator on this case. However, hold it, don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, the basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise.
Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big!
This plane is a special model. It's both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. So is this seriously a matter? Certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct?
Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Holy suitcases, Mr. Richard. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair.
These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell.
This paint job is really cool, don't you think? Practically screams artsy.
Oh, wanna purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you. That's why they weren't selling!
$1,200?
I think I'll pass. There's no way so they didn't sell. You need 2 jobs to buy that one.
Okay, so they are sold on the flight. They are overpriced, and they are simply fucking ugly.
Although it definitely looks like one is missing. Must have brittle substance I'm stepping on. It's a bunch of glass fragments.
Hey, what's in the suitcase, pal?
That's what the victim checked in, sir.
So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if I took a closer look.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir.
Wait, a file?
There's a photo of Miss Von Carver in it, sir.
Looks like a profile on Franziska. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. Seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides a murder.
Yes, I was. I've been following a very large and involved government-level international crime.
It's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided I should form a joint with Interpol. Interpol is involved. It's a top-secret organization's operation, so I can't really tell you any more than I already have. Let's try some logic. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have document profiling Franziska?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Carver, sir.
Franziska said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation.
Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and followed her.
I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was actually an Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses.
The victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the rims of his glasses lens. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected.
So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that this probability has skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Keeping track of this very piece of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew.
Sure brings back memories when I worked as a part-time mover, sir.
Look at those eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. All sorts of boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable, and this one says pharmaceuticals.
This one says for exorcism use only. If you want an exorcism to run, just get Phoenix. He was able to perform an exorcism. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense, what are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So he really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then. Yes, Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring.
He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from the owner's cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call on his murder instead. So we have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold.
What's he doing out here, sir? It's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in a suitcase and came down to get it.
Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisco, do you know how exactly he's intended to pursue his investigation? Unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. Oh, he... my back. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew, and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. No. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with the person who let him in. When he was murdered here, these glass fragments are testament to that, and then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases, and they entered the elevator. While they were arriving at the top, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the floor. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
What? Really, sir?
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Tenero. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is a key card that allows the elevator to come down here. No person should have that access is Mr. Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you?
Hold it!
That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including this meal or even the captain. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there.
Hey.
Very well then. What about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal? I thought you might ask about her. It's highly likely the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenero. It's highly likely. Is that the possibility? Is the possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence, Be quiet, you're a disgrace. It's my evidence pointing to Miss Tenero, you know? It's not just the key card that gives her away. Talking about the murder weapon, the captain will pick it back. Yeah, Yeah, she's also the only person with a key to open that display case.
Objection!
Fuck!
What's with me too, sir?
Hold it!
But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know, just because the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy!
Yes, sir.
Contact the medical examiner's office once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy.
Yes, sir. Well, we've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
What is it, Detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they said they already knew one thing for sure.
Report! Now!
The doc said there's one giant bruise from a beating on his shoulder down to his mid-back.
Victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area.
I said, man, it's the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head, the killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Scruffy, what is this had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean?
Well, that's,
Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, Detective?
Oh, they said they were still looking into that, sir.
You're completely useless.
Ouch!
Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. What's all that racket? My luggage, my cargo, they're mine and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there's no choice. I think I get. Hey, what are you? You've left me no choice but to use a strong force. You won't get past me. So what it was about. Well, there's keys to the space case to tap the murder's bank. You know, we searched the entire cargo hold and came empty-handed.
Doc said it's one giant bruise from a beating from the shoulder down his mid-back.
Ooh, ow.
What's that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here?
Francisca. What? What do you want? I found Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did?
He really jumped.
We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
My brother should go check up on him, sirs.
There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor who has a habit of calling everyone by their full name. Hey, if you really are a prosecutor, then you back yourself up with evidence.
You two aren't listening at all, are you?
Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. It's the real murder weapon. It was his fucking travel wallet, I knew it! Okay, I want to say the really stupid option.
Take that!
Real weapon is this suitcase. No fucking way. When you say it with such confidence, I suppose you have some evidence. Of course, Agent Hicks was placed into this suitcase alive. And it was while he was in here that he was beaten in from the heads of... Bah! I wonder if you would die if I whipped you from head to toe right now. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of death. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? I'll download my fucking phone a bit, and how about that, mate? The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and back. The only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But similar to happen inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of these stairs. This is very cargo.
What? Then we're in trouble. We have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey you, tell me you aren't dead, pal.
Quiet. Why are you screaming?
He's alive.
And so you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances.
Current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean?